Yeah, you captured a guy, tortured him for some information. He gave you fuck all. You then sorted out a day's worth of missions against the Kel Guild. A few of them, actually, I think all of them were full successes, right? You did two
Yeah, I believe so,
stings, busted up a joint, and you got 2 strikes against Kel's Guild. No casualties, which is nice. Good on you all. You're all good policeman officers, men. So, the next day, day number 3. That's not a thing. That's like 3 in French, isn't it? Trois.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day number 2.
Yes. The 10th of spring. The day following the 9th of spring. Yesterday. You guys wake early in the morning, ready to plan your next course of action. What are you guys going to do?
Don't we have the meeting in the morning?
Yeah, ooh, fuck yeah. Ezra's turning up at the RHC at dawn, isn't he? So the crack of dawn, there's a knock on the door of the RHC as you're all getting ready to plan your day. And Ezra is there.
10 more minutes, Dimitri. 10 more minutes.
It is the crack of dawn. There is no more time.
It was worth a shot.
All right. So, what does he say?
Let me go to that bit.
Yeah, we just stand there staring at him blankly until we talk.
I'm sorry.
I go, hello.
This chapter's not in order of that, man. There's so many pages of shit happening all at once.
Shit.
Poobies.
Pages.
Well, we all have our different vices.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's actually a different whole thread, motherfuckers.
No, it seems like the thing he was doing had nothing to do with the impending thingy, Bob.
Ah, yes.
Peace.
What was that?
Well, remember what you said to the king hunting down one of his
Yeah, Ezra Bay's got a rogue fae that he's wanting you to hunt down.
Yeah, the Herald of
Pretty
Force.
serious, 'cause A, they sent him, and B, he's a fae.
Yeah, the Herald of Four Seasons, Rusk, I guess, or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I have it written down here somewhere.
And knowing how disasters go in
One
this,
season slain.
ready
That's
for
what it's
another warehouse full of people to burn down.
Yep. It costs
Another
again.
mass murder.
called. Yeah, cost again, that's it. So thread 2, 1 season slain. Following the Ezra Bay's briefing with the king, he does some shit. Setting up the task force. We can say in the evening before the morning you meet Viral, you can have organised what the first mission of the day is going to be for Spring 10. So you guys can sort out your first mission, and that'll give me a chance to sort out what's going on with Ezra Bay.
I don't know about the rest of you guys, but Dimitri's probably gonna be pretty much only focused on the eschatologists. I don't know if that's something like I don't know if you want us to split up or not, but I don't know if we sort of all need to do that. Maybe the others could do something else, or
I mean, these terrorists, these eschatologists literally just pulled off one of the hugest terrorist attacks in Flint, right? So
Barring ours.
barring ours, yeah. So like maybe we should focus our attention on them. They just did murder like a shitload of civilians.
Wait, but I thought we were talking about how our guards for the Keller Guild.
Oh, we are. Dave was just talking about the eschatologists filling in there. Sorry, Dimitri. But yeah, we should talk about the strikes and stuff. What we're going to be doing.
So we found a Kel Guild front and a Den of Thieves, so I guess we want to scout those out, which were, I guess 3 was the optimum for scouting, I believe.
Yes.
Is that all we found with our like?
Well,
like 5 or 6
And
things
there was
out
2 stings that we took
Yeah,
out.
we already
Yeah.
took care of the 2 other things that we found.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the drug den and or the drug line and Kevin took on
Eladin, yeah.
the front or whatever.
Yeah, so you've got a front and you've got a Den of Thieves left. Yeah.
So
I think the Den of Thieves are like the harder ones in general.
Den of Thieves is medium resistance.
Yeah. Sort of like between half a dozen to a dozen. Front is usually less than half a dozen men.
I think we get a strike.
So you've got two strikes currently, and you've got 3 task force tokens, which give you +2 to a roll if you want to use them.
But I think the Den of Thieves counts as a strike if we're successful, and the front doesn't. It just gives us a token.
No, so bust up a joint just gives you a task force token. Sting, which is what you did before, gives you a strike, and assaulting a stronghold gives you a strike. The Theatre of Scoundrels, which is the known place, gives you 3 strikes.
I'm gonna let the smarter people take care of this because I'm just.
Yep.
As the second smartest person in the party,
He
True that.
laughed.
Probably.
I do think it might be good to see if we can just rely mostly on the cops today. Probably try and get a bunch of like other shit done. But it's really gonna, I guess, depend on how much time we actually want to spend ourselves, because that's probably the first question we need to ask before we allocate resources.
Also, side issue. I know Dimitri would very much want to go after the eschatologist, and we probably all should, but we do have one thing that's kind of pressing in that apparently the kingdom has like a pact with the Fays, and we can't exactly ignore that.
Oh, I'm aware that we're gonna hear. That's why we're gonna hear Azure Bay out too, and so we're gonna have to work that into our plans as well.
Maybe we can hit both.
Do every GM's favorite thing and split the party.
Oh boy. B team go!
Hey, I mean, you guys can
Let's
take
split the
members of
party.
the B team with part of your party, so you can all keep playing in the areas your main characters are going. So you can be like, Dimitri wants to carry on with the police, so Dimitri and the B team can run around and do shit. And then when Dave wants to play with you guys, you can be like, alright, so you've seconded Josiah or whoever the fuck to come with the heroes.
That's not a bad idea.
That's cool.
So, what are you guys doing with your police in the morning, and potentially Dimitri if he's going to stay to the police force?
Well, we definitely want to
quick
scout
question.
out those 2 locations we found at the very least, so that's 6 dudes.
Okay.
Does it have figures for how much a B team member counts in these things? You know how like we're worth 8? Are the B team worth any special?
No, but I'll say they're worth 3.
B team sucks.
They're not even half of us.
Actually,
B
it's gonna be
team.
12, isn't it?
B team are good guys.
are they?
I mean, yeah, they just kind of fucked up a whole bunch of eschatologist terrorists and saved a whole bunch of civilians.
Pretty
good.
They
good.
did side with Lady Inspectress,
Yes.
2 of them did.
and they're all friends.
To be fair, Gathan's got about the intelligence of like a Labrador. If anybody says nice things to him, he'll be free.
Labradors are pretty intelligent.
Okay.
All right, well, to be fair, Saxby did pretty much make it look like we were bad dudes fucking up everything.
And to be fair, we were good dudes fucking up everything, so it wasn't much of a story.
Totally wrong, yeah.
Alright, so you send 2 groups of 3 men scouting, which is good. You can send them like early hours of the morning, and I'll get 2 perception rolls. So the first 2 people to roll a perception roll, please. Which is with
Plus
just
10?
the police. Yeah, 1d20 plus 10. The target was 17. Easy peasy. You see that the front is 3 men, and the Den of Thieves is actually today low population of 2 men. But I think I fucked that up, so let me just check that.
So Guild front is 3 and Den of Thieves is 2, you said, so far.
Because they're supposed to be 6 to 12, aren't they?
Yeah, I think I might have done the dice wrong. Maybe I rolled a 2 and forgot to add the extra.
Suspicious.
No, it's 1d8 plus 1.
Huh.
Sweet.
Yep.
Well, alright.
Like a good chance to clean hell.
But they only give us tokens, right? When we bust up the place?
Yeah.
I mean, the way we were rolling last night,
You're gonna need all the tokens you can get.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
plus some bonuses isn't a bad use of resource.
And then I guess we'll set the other dudes to scouting probably again.
So you want to send people casing joints?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, remember, you don't have to spend everything right now. You can spend the morning having a few groups casing, so you've still got numbers to bust them up in the afternoon.
Yeah,
All right,
I think that's what we'll do. But it definitely sounds like those are going to be some cheat tokens, though. So we might as well, deal with those ones that have got low population.
Alright, so do you want them to be optimal? So 9 and 6 men respectively to bring those up? 15.
Well, me and one dude can go to the one that costs 9 since I have a really high intimidate.
The minimum is 3 going with you. Is it still minimum?
Oh, because I have to... Yeah, you have to arrest the people or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
And that,
What
means
is it?
that you'll be spending 4 hours of the morning going and busting up this joint as opposed to with the party. So you'll be a member of the B team with the party.
So, well, I think what is the party going to do that isn't this? Something with the eschatologists? I mean, I don't...
No, so Dimitri's going to be carrying on with this stuff. So Dimitri's going to be with the police officers, if I gather that correctly. And the rest of the party is going to meet with Azrabe and see what he wants and potentially help him with his thing that the king's promised to help with, but potentially not.
Dimitri was wanting to look into the eschatologists.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, because of the terrorist attacks. Okay, yeah.
Man, we got a whole lot of pies and a limited amount of fingers to put in.
Yep. So, okay, I'm gonna... Just now, who's going to be helping the police force? Whose characters are going to be helping the police force?
Well, I mean, how many of us need to go talk to Azrabe?
I mean, realistically, only one of us.
Yeah.
And how much are the B team worth again? As far as like, huh?
Well, for that
We can all be there for the meeting. We probably we might as well hear him out, see what he needs, see what he wants.
and
but,
then
yeah.
Yes, I mean, you can meet with him and then decide to go ignore him and go to the eschatologists. But, okay, so that rules who's going to meet Azrabe versus who's going to help with the first lot of missions this morning. So, Aranis, you're going to help with the first lot of missions?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay,
Since I don't
so
know what the fuck's going on anyway.
3 men
I'll
and
go
yourself
meet
are
as
going
you
to
do.
bust up the front. So that's 3. And anyone going to go and help the Den of Thieves, not necessary, but you can send 6 men if you prefer. And that's 9 spent all up.
I think we should be right.
Yeah, it should be fine.
And do you want to send any casing a district while you guys are busy? For the first part of the morning.
If we want things for them to do in the afternoon, we're gonna have to case some districts, aren't we?
Yeah.
We could always send the B team to case districts along with the agent for the morning.
So you can spend 3 officers and a member of the B team for your optimal build.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. So you've got 6 members of the B team. So you can send 18 all up and have 6 casing a district, or 6 places cased, I should say.
That sounds smart.
Yep.
seems like the best choice for now. Yeah.
Alright, I'm just going to get these rolls done. You guys can do them now, and then I can fix it up in the background what it is. Alright, so the 2 scouts, please roll. You've done the perceptions, you've already got the numbers there. Busting up a joint. Roll me the rolls for the front and the Den of Thieves. Aranis, you smashed it. That is certainly done with no issues. You gain a TFT.
What do we need to roll again?
Intimidate.
For both?
Yes. Ooh.
Well, I mean, we do have these tokens. What's the DC on that other one?
Optimal, so there's no negatives. So it should be 17. Oh, it might be 20. Busting up a joint, intimidate DC 20.
Can I hero point that? Is that a thing we can do with it?
Only if your guy went
There.
with it.
Fuck. Yep.
So
You
we
can
might have to
spend
spend
two
2
of your-
strikes.
Which would undo, which would be worth nothing because then you're losing a strike to gain nothing.
They're a DC 17 anyway, aren't they?
DC 20 for the busting up a joint.
Oh shit.
And what's if we fail? Like we can have casualties though.
Yeah, so failure means you'll suffer casualties of, that was the front, so you'll suffer casualties of 1. Sorry, Den of Thieves. You'll lose an officer.
So I mean, we could spend those 2 strikes. We'll be getting 2 strikes back, or not strikes, but
TFT.
the tokens or whatever. So it'll be a wash, and we won't lose a guy, I guess. But we won't be any further along from doing these 2 things.
Oh,
I would-
well, strikes are what we need. The tokens are dispensable, right? So, I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like we're losing strikes,
Yeah.
But-
just gaining token.
You would have
I mean,
then
lose
spent 9 officers doing nothing,
Fair. Yeah.
as opposed to just losing 1 officer as a casualty.
Yeah. Let one dude die, and then have 2 more tokens.
Yeah.
Poor dude.
Yeah, fucking rough, man. Well, I guess he knew what he was signing up for?
Period
bad.
would approve.
I feel bad. I don't want to roll anymore.
Alright, so somewhere in Flint, a mother and a child sitting at a kitchen bench baking.
Come on, man.
And as they're baking, the phone rings. There's phones now. And
Am I gonna have to call the fucking mother because I'm like the commanding officer? I have to write the letter home and shit.
Yes.
Oh god, that's...
You also need to visit and deliver it directly.
Oh fuck!
Why are you doing this to me, man?
It's actually raining and late at night when you
Yeah.
knock on the door.
there's a solemn knock as 2 of the police officers that went on the mission with John Smith, knocked on the door of Mrs. Smith and young John Jr., and they open the door. They know something's wrong because John didn't return home the time he was meant to today. And sure enough, the two officers are standing there with a folded uniform and a folded riser flag, white gloves and their best uniform gear on. And the wife just breaks down in tears. The son runs to his room crying. And
Daddy, no!
Exactly. You evil sons of bitches.
Hey, I was
Fucking
for
do this,
spending
man.
the tokens. Because we can't ever get that guy back.
Yeah,
It's true.
don't want people
So-
to die.
John Smith is
It's
dead.
it's 100% Kalen's fault.
But you guys now have 5.
4 tokens.
4 tokens.
Oh,
sorry.
5?
No, 4.
John was a token himself.
It's not my fault.
Okay,
John was like
regardless
a
of the
minority
result of
hire
the
too.
skill check, if the task force takes out all hostiles and has at least one survivor, it earns a task force token. And at
So-
Den of Thieves, victory yields 2 tokens instead.
Oh,
You
okay,
get
5 then.
I have a question.
Yes,
Why is the DC still 20 when it's only lightly guarded?
because 20 is the base. Lightly guarded just means you only have to send 6 men to keep it at 20. If you didn't send 6 men, or say there was 20 guys guarding it, and you couldn't send triple that number, the DC would be 25.
He didn't need to die. He didn't need to die.
You made the call, Kalen.
It was a simple
It was
job,
actually-
man. In and out. It should have been okay. It should have been okay.
He was a Saxby supporter, it's fine.
I'm gonna put 2 casualties because his friend Frankie, he loses his mind and loses his wife and
Takes
kids
his
to
life.
drinking in 10 years. But that's a long-term casualty, so we won't record that just yet.
Wow.
You can still
Shit's
be a
real
good
dark.
officer and lose your mind.
It's true.
I like
You're
how
a
you
living
assume the
testament.
world will still be there in 10 years.
We might not even be there after this piece of the summit.
All right, and now I'll get the diplomacy or streetwise rolls, just 1d20 plus 10s for looking for the fronts, dens, and transactions. And also, you need to choose what district you're looking in, because I didn't do this before, but it does make a difference. Up in the top right, you can see... nope, you can't see that. So that doesn't show. That doesn't. Don't look at the top right. That's just buildings. But the names on the map, like North Shore, Parody Lake, Bosun Strand, etc. The areas that you know are fairly hot spots for Kel Guild activity. Let me just check the thing.
Pretty
Bosun
Lake.
Strand and North Shore, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the biggest is Parody Lake or the Nettles. Sorry, no. The least presence is Parody Lake or the Nettles. The most is Bosun Strand, Central District, and North Shore. Yeah, nice one.
Wait a minute. Isn't Parody Lake their center of operation?
I thought that's where he was based.
Yeah.
before.
Was it? Oh, maybe I'm reading this wrong then. Okay.
Maybe he doesn't shit where he eats.
Fair.
There's a,
Oh yeah, the districts where
has
Kel's Guild has a larger presence, Parody Lake and Nettles are more dangerous. There
there's
you
a
go.
mention that Castle Decal in both Parity Lake and a gated compound called Machete Hill in the Nettles.
Oh, there you go.
Machete.
So why aren't we just like burning down the Machete Hill?
Because they have way more people than you.
And fireflies?
So they've got like over 100 people, or potentially 100 people per each of those 2 strongholds. You've got 50 officers in your task force.
That's why you just burn it down. Like I literally
Yeah.
mean just set the place on fire.
There are a bunch of bombs at it.
But then they can flee.
Yeah.
No one's locking them inside yet.
Good idea.
And
They're
then you
all
have the
all
potential of
inspired.
starting another citywide fire that kills thousands of innocents.
Wouldn't be the first time, so it's fine.
So I'll get the diplomacy and streetwise rolls, please.
I'm not rolling anymore.
Well,
And he's a DC 17.
I mean,
Just.
I gave them bad advice. Send them in the wrong direction. It didn't actually go to the correct district. I gave
went
them
like
the
2
wrong
districts.
map.
Oh, and we had to specify, didn't we?
Yes.
I
Do you
guess
want to be
Dimitri.
looking in their special places
guess-
or no?
Yeah, I guess the Nettles.
Looking in these special places.
Okay,
Let's go Central
uh,
District.
Go
Even though it
ahead
failed.
and roll me 1d4, please, Dimitri. Now roll me 1d6.
Wow.
Someone roll better. Okay, Orzov. That's fine. Yep, you find a den of thieves, mate.
Those give us 2 of
Alrighty.
those tokens.
Yeah.
Wait, never mind.
So now I've got 4 more checks that I need from people.
All right, here I'll roll
Or
one.
not.
Boom.
I've got too much blood on my hands.
Shit.
I vote Ryla, so if there's any more blood, it's on Ryla's hands.
Yeah, 3 more.
Might as
3
well
more
keep
rolls.
one hand dirty.
It's 1 each from everyone, and someone gets to roll twice. Oh, Trabo, nice. Roll me 1d4. Actually, sorry. Which area are you looking in, Trabo? And Uranus and Orzov. What areas are you looking
Parody Lake.
at? Parody Lake. Roll me 1d4 plus 2.
Is that Disneyland? No, it's Pine Island, Island. Pine Island.
Now roll me that many d6, please, Trabo. You find 2 illicit transactions and 1 den of thieves.
Damn.
Oh shit.
All right, I guess Bosom Strand is where I'll send my minions.
I keep thinking it's Bosun Strand.
Bosom Strand.
Bosom strands. Roll 1d6, please. You've uncovered a den of thieves.
Damn.
Damn.
Roll better. We need more strikes.
We got 2 transactions at least.
And the final Orzov. Where are you looking? Bosom strand. you
Pine
said, did you?
Island.
Oh, where?
No, I said Pine Islands.
Penis Land?
Where?
Penis
Yeah,
land. Yeah.
Islands.
The
Where's
pen
Penis?
is mightier.
Where's Penis Land?
On the left.
As far as you know, and someone points out to you, there is no known activity of Cal Guild over in Penis Land.
Check the Cloudwood.
What about West Bank?
The areas that there have been reports of Cal activity are Bosom Strand, Central District, North Shore, Parody Lake, and the Nettles.
Fine, I got Central District.
Central District? Alright, roll me 1d6.
I guess I send the foul group to the Pine Island.
Alright, you find a front. Another little store. Okay, so you found 5 things all up. One front.
6.
Really?
Yeah, one
yeah,
front,
Trevor
3
got
dens
it.
of thieves, and then 2 transactions.
3 dens of thieves?
Yep. Pretty sure.
Charbro got
'Cause
2
you're-
illicit in a den, you got a den, and Orzov got a front.
Oh,
Oh, and Dimitri got a den. There we go.
yeah. Okay. So we obviously want to do the transactions, but we don't know how many people.
Correct.
Oh,
So we
I'm,
want.
I'm happy to go personally on some of the transactions.
Yeah, same here. That's what
that-
I'm actually good at.
Are we gonna do this now, or are we gonna wait till the morning? Wait till the afternoon.
So these outcomes are only just coming through as you're meeting Azra Bay. So we'll go and meet Azra Bay now, and then you guys can decide what you're going to do. So sure enough, this morning as dawn breaks, Azra Bay turns up at the RHC just as the reports of the scouts from the early hours of this morning are coming in. You are occupied with setting up the task force, and there's also a few police that are looking into the dwarven radicals. However, Viral comes along and knocks on the door and finds all of you busy as anything. He sort of walks in, doesn't even greet you so much as just gets started on talking about Ekosigan and what he's been up to. He explains that he has met with people around the city, but none of those he's talked to have seen Ekosigan. He did have trouble finding several of his contacts in the Cloudwood, and he suspects that Ekosigan, as a powerful Fey Lord, is gathering the local Fey in the forest under his banner. And he looks to you and says, "We must act now."
Because
Look at this, and he slams down a torn front page of the newspaper, one of the Flint dailies, and the newspaper itself outlines a number of unexplained phenomena in the Cloudwood over the last few days. And sure enough, as you guys match it up with some of the more recent police reports and civilian complaints, you also see that yesterday morning the body of a young boy was found strangled, lying in a stream, partially gnawed on by cats. No one in the district has reported any missing children, but word is in the district people are begging the police to protect their children. And Azra Bay says, this is the sort of activity that this man is up to. This is what we need to stop.
Do you understand or suspect his motivations at all? Do you know why he do this?
He sort of looks at you as if deciding what to say. And he says, "There's not much I can share with you as to the reason of me wanting to bring him down. Just know that it is the business of the Unseen Court. They have deemed it necessary for Ekosigan to be brought down. I've dealt with him in the past, but that's as much as I can share."
right, so we round up every cat and arrest them.
Oh, arrest
Cats
all.
do opportunistically eat dead people. So the cat may be innocent of said murder.
Azra Bay looks to get a bit angry. He's like, "Do not take me for a fool. These are no simple cats that'll be doing his bidding. He has great sway over the Fae, over all of the creatures of the other
Now,
lands."
I was meaning, Faye could have killed him. Cats just came along afterwards to nibble on the corpse.
Sort of, quite right. He glares at Trabro.
So we go to Cloudwood and just basically follow rumors to find him, or is there a more direct method?
I could ask my Seer brothers. Maybe they might know something.
He
What's
nods.
been happening in the hood?
If you have contacts in the Cloudwood too and you can reach them, that would be good. I understand word has it you've spoken with someone they call the Gale.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Perhaps if anything was going on in the Cloudwood,
Oh.
she would know.
Oh, we need to
She's
talk
the
to her
lady
anyway, don't we?
murderer.
Yeah.
We do.
Says, "Look, Ekosigan himself, he is no great fighter. It's why he runs from me so instead of facing me in a straight up battle. But the minions that he has sway over, they are potentially a greater physical threat than he is. And indeed, are any of you touched by Fae?"
I don't look for catching off to the
question.
side.
Was the demon in the dungeon? Was she like a Fey demon or just a demon?
demon?
Oh, she's just a demon.
Oh, Shimmer Shim too? She's just a devil. A demon.
Well,
I would imagine Uranus is probably
yeah,
Fey
you're a
touched.
legend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he offers you a small and priceless ring. It's a small charm. The ring itself has gear teeth on the inside, within which a pair of other gears spin freely. And he says, This will protect you from a Kosakin's influence. Keep this ring on you while you are near him, for he has great power over the Fae.
Are you like a half elf or something, Rylo?
I'm a drow. Yeah.
I'm a half elf.
I have Fey origin. I don't know if that means anything.
He gives you a ring as well.
Just to be safe.
Trabro. He'll probably
I
give
think
you one
I'm
just
far
to be
enough
sure.
removed.
He'll give you one anyway, or you can choose not to. You can just, like, you're probably far enough removed that he won't know straight away, so you can speak up or not. If you want to have your mind controlled by another person, don't speak up.
What's another one, right?
Add it to the list.
I'm just thinking, this Fey Lord guy we have to go hunt down, he'd probably be great to hunt down Morgan Cal.
A Costigan.
Sure, yeah, him.
Why would he be good at hunting Lock and Kill?
Because he can talk to cats and, like, mice and...
True. Ezra Bay also offers a little bit of information. He says, while he's not particularly powerful in physical combat, he is protected by, well, his skin goes harder than tree bark at times. It makes him hard to harm. And then he smiles and then he mentions, but we all know trees burn. And he sort of taps the pommel of his sword and a little spark of flame comes along the blade just for a second. And he smiles.
Me too.
You too?
I also burn.
Stay away from my sword, then.
I have just the thing for this.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Shit.
So this Akasigan guy, he was pretty high up in your Herald of Four Seasons. Sounds pretty important.
He nods. He was a man of import.
So why did he turncoat?
He almost goes to answer and he says, it is not for me to discuss with you. Perhaps when this is done, the Unseen Court is happy. Perhaps then I can discuss with you the reasons for this. But until then, no.
May I ask what a season slain means?
Just that the guy's the keeper of the seasons, I guess. And that you're gonna kill him.
Oh, right. I see. Okay. I was really confused about that line, and it's pretty obvious now.
I mean, I think that's it. There's nothing else that's telling me otherwise.
I mean, yeah, like, I was trying to think, like, are the Fae gonna, like, delay winter or something? And I'm like, that seems really...
As you mention that, Azurbe sort of tells you perhaps why the poem says that. He does say, the Rebel Fae, he does have a nature that changes with the seasons, and sometimes, when he is affected by an event that's quite full on, the season will change itself, leading to freak snowstorms in summer or trees blossoming in the middle of winter. But that's rare, especially outside of the Dreaming.
As long as we don't have to deal with one of those fucking flaming cats
Has
again.
there been any word of
just
like
thinking.
freak weather in the cloud tops? Like freak weather events?
Did I say that again?
Has there been any like news of freak weather events in the cloud tops?
Some of the unexplained phenomena might be attributed to changes in seasons that have rapidly caused odd occurities, but nothing that terribly leaps out at you.
No.
I'm just thinking. Eschatologists believe in an icy end of the earth.
Mhm.
They're going and they're palling around with ice devils. Grandin Zubov has a foolproof plan to bring the end of the world. The Fey dude that just happens to have control over seasons is just showing up in Flint.
Huh.
But would he work with dwarves? Not to be racist,
Willingly.
but to be racist.
Yeah. Is it a case of if we kill this dude, does a random snowstorm have happen or something? I don't know. There's obviously a lot of missing pieces, but I think that's too big of a coincidence to be just that.
Who knows? Right. So, Azrabe takes his leave, suggesting to you to either contact Hannah Gale Siloin or ask around Cloudwood with your own contacts.
What are you going to be doing, Azrabe, these next few days?
He says, I'm going to carry on seeing those in Flint who are sympathetic to the unseen court.
When do you want to meet up? No. How do we get in contact with you, or vice versa?
He says, this evening before sundown I will return to the RHC. If you are here, I will speak with you then. If not, I will see you in the morn. Same time, same place. And then he brusquely leaves the RHC precinct. There are three major groups in the Cloudwood that you have easy access to speak with. The local populace, if you go and case the streets. The other two groups are conveniently located in the same place. The Cloudwood Local Police Force and the District Mayor Doyle Iddles.
Is there no...
What a name. Sorry, go ahead.
Is there no Skyseers I could talk to instead?
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be your contacts, yeah?
No, I didn't choose Skyseers as a contacts.
Oops. I mean, it would make
I am
sense
a
that you have
Skyseer,
something you
so I
can talk to.
assume.
They
Yeah.
would still be able to talk to them. But as a group, those are the three main groups that you'd be easily able to go and talk to. There's also Hannah Gale Siloin, who's contactable via messenger wind.
Might as well shoot one off.
Yeah, because
Alright,
we've
we
got
can
to
give you 2
ask you about the
minutes and
gate,
then you can
don't
come
we?
back.
God damn it. Not what I meant.
Are we going to take a break?
No, not going to rub one out. Shoot one out.
He didn't deny it, so...
So yeah, now you guys have your decision to make. Are you going to go into the Cloudwood? Are you going to carry on with your police plans, going out with your parties? Or are you going to follow the Dwarven Eschatologicalists thread?
How
It's
much?
nearly enough to split 5 ways.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
how much are you going to hate us if I suggest splitting the part?
I'm going to say... lots. I'm going to say you can easily take 2 of them because you can take the B team along with your other numbers. However,
Are
splitting
they-
3 ways. Is
I
not
can't
gonna
remember.
work.
Did we? The B team? Oh, right. We've kind of done the morning's missions, and they're coming available again, huh?
Yes. The officers aren't available. The ones that you've already used. Each officer can only go out on 1 mission per day, but the results of those casing a district and stuff have become available.
Yeah, I was meaning though. Didn't we send some of the B teamers out on mission?
No, you have not yet. You were going to save them for
cool.
busting up your newest joints.
Yeah.
We did send scouts to the 2 that we did yesterday. Did we hear back about those, or did we not
and
do
then you
that?
found out the
Yep.
numbers, and then you went and busted them up. all in the morning.
Oh, that's right. I'm fucking retarded.
Yeah.
There you are.
So as it
Nothing
stands,
out
you've
there.
currently got 1 front, 3 den of thieves, and 2 illicit transactions, none of which you know the numbers of, and the illicit transactions you cannot even scout.
Fuck.
Well,
The illicit transactions expire today. Sorry.
I'm biased and want to at least check out the cloud tops because it's my home.
I think we definitely need to look into the Fae thing. I think we definitely need to look into the eschatologists. Again, I'm wondering if we just prioritize the transactions and just rely on the officers to do it on their own. Because the eschatologists, that was a major fucking attack. We can't really just leave it be. We can't really leave. That's the thing. We need to be in too many places at once.
And almost to add on to that worseness, as you guys are prepping to at least tell the officers whether or not you're going with them, Delft pulls you all aside and says, "Look, lads, I know you're busy, I know things are getting full on, and I know even that bloody elf lad's come down and requested your attention, but do you have the time to investigate this threat, these attacks from yesterday?" Oh, he punches you in the shoulder like a friendly punch, but actually like a really hard punch, like, "You fucking guy." And he says, "I know you're busy, but you are the best constables I've got. And the only other people I can really spare are the B team, which would leave the mediator," he even calls them the B team, "which would leave the mediator at risk. It's up to you whether to give it a shot trying to investigate these eschatologists, or if you're going to pass the buck on to the others."
Well, like I said, Dimitri's definitely wants to have a personal involvement in that, but I don't really want to hold the rest of the team to that. So even if Dimitri splits off and sort of leads the B team with it, I'd be happy with that. But yeah.
All right. So Dimitri is definitely going eschatology because
Yes.
he's got a dog in that game. Is anyone else going to go with Dimitri as your player characters? Obviously, when you're going as the B team, you'll all be there. But is anyone's player character going to look into the terrorist attacks right now?
Sure.
All right. So Dimitri and Charbo are going to hit up, say, 3 of the members of the B team. You guys can pick which 3 are going to come along with you to investigate the eschatologists. And by you guys, I mean Aranis, Orzov, and Ryla. Each pick 1 member of the B team. And that's who's going... Oh, God, that guy's dead. You can't beat him anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty...
They shut out his voice box. He can no longer breathe.
Trabro. Oh, Trabro.
You did? Yeah.
If you command some B team, you're not going to have issues with several members of them, I hope.
No.
He squeezes out the no.
You know what? The Zebra has no issue with them. Maybe she can be around. I'm going to have... And he just retreats into his own head.
Alright. Leaving Zambria there to help with a...
Yep.
So what does Zambria say? Yeah, no problems.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god.
Oh, God. Oh dear. Alright. So... Who are the 3 of you bringing? Aranis, Orzov, and Rala.
Guess I don't really know what would be appropriate.
So you've got a pretty tanky guy, and you got a healer. So probably the damage-dealing ones.
Who's a tanky guy?
Yeah.
Trabro.
He's the damage dealer.
I get punched a lot. Doesn't mean I'm tanky, but I'll take.
You have good AC, and you've got like some self healing.
The creepy ranger guy. Is he only good at extreme distance, or is he sort of a general range guy? Because Gathan seemed to be a pretty good. He seemed to be pretty good at like either melee or ranged. He was sort of an all-rounder.
He has a 25 to 50 rifle shot that does 1d8
1d10
plus some 1d10, sorry, plus something. But if he crits, it gets the extra 22 damage on top of critting.
Yeah, so he's hit 1d10 plus
But
10
that-
or crit 1d10 plus 22, and he can
But
then
that's
use it up
only
to
if-
1,000 feet.
Yeah. That's still crit's still only like a 5% chance.
Yep.
And the sniper battle was pretty fucking like he was pretty good for that, but yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking Gathan might be a better all rounder.
Is Gathan the
Are they going to be
healer?
Are they going to be helping out with like the investigating thing, or is that going to be more like? Are they just going to be more probably there
Depends
for it
what
to help
the
us out on
other
a fight?
3 members of the party are going to follow. Because they'll be taking the remainder of the B team.
Is Gathan who has healing abilities in the B team? Dema.
Very limited.
Yeah, incredibly limited.
But Dimitri's pretty much got that sorted, so
I mean,
it'd
for
probably be
us.
better for Dima to go with the it'd probably be better
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Dima to go to you.
I mean, and also Serena has like a grapple that's just a straight up 11 damage sustain.
Trying to think. So we'll probably be going to like Pard White. You'll be going to Cloudwood. Is there anything? It's probably honestly 6 half dozen the other for a lot of these.
Alright, well, we'll just consider that the people that still haven't chosen are going to choose when it comes to it.
Yes.
Alright, so Dimitri Charbro are going to the eschatology way. Arenis, Orzov, and Ryla, are you guys going to help the Lork and Kel strike force? Or are you going to go to the Cloudwood? I prefer not to have it split 3 ways because then all of the numbers of all of the groups are way too small. So I would say choose one.
I mean, I would prefer Cloud Top, partly because I will add nothing other than numbers to the police force because my skills are all lower than 10.
Yeah.
Just so you know as well, there are things in the Kel Guild stuff that isn't just your numbers on your strike force. There are things that your characters will be needing to do today.
I honestly don't know enough to really have an opinion.
You don't really know any less than any of us. This is all pretty new for us.
Yeah. So I mean, Arenis, I would posit that maybe Arenis's priority is probably the Lork and Kel stuff because he's still quite a goody two shoes RHC guy. But he might also be swayed to go with Orzov to the Cloudwood, which would leave it up to probably Ryla.
I have a younger brother. He could be a victim.
I mean,
That could be my little brother dead because I haven't checked home for ages.
Uranus doesn't care about your little brother.
wow.
I just imagine Arenis saying that in third person. I have a little brother. Yeah, well, Arenis doesn't care. Aren't you Arenis? Yes.
Uranus is just fucking like The Rock or something. Always speaks himself in the third person.
Yeah. Remember,
Tell
you
him.
guys can go to the Cloudwood after you've given your police orders to the other group. And then it would just be the officers going on the Lork and Kel stuff. So you
What do
don't-
we have?
You don't have to go with the Lork and Cal task force.
Yeah,
I
but we
thought
don't
you
know.
just said we had to, or you recommended we had to.
No, I'm just saying Arenas might like to. I'm just trying to give Kevin some ideas.
But he's also a Fae.
I'm just saying whichever you pick, I'm not going to have the party split 3 ways. I'm going to have the party split 2. So whichever one you guys pick will be the one that you go to together.
The issue is those drug busts are limited time.
Yes.
As in, they're gonna expire today.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of need strikes against Lork and Kel's guild.
Yeah, I'm like really super awesome at doing the bust ups with my high ass intimidate, so
I mean, how many officers do we have?
49.
29?
well left
49.
we have
26,
15.
right?
Yeah.
That's... I mean,
No,
wasn't
shit,
the
less, way less than that. 16.
What?
You've spent 6 scouting, 9 busting up a joint, and 18 casing a district, and you've had 1 casualty. So 49.
We spent
take away
18 casing a
33,
district?
doing your 6 district casing stuff in the morning.
Oh shit.
And that was with 3 men and with 1 member of the B team each early in the morning. So that was like a cheap way of doing it.
That's pretty much, yeah, we're definitely gonna need some people on that then. Fuck.
Just,
This
okay,
is-
to take a step back into DM speaking to players here, everything can continue without you. Everything will continue without you. The 3 threads follow a timeline that no matter what you engage with or not, things will just go on ahead, and whether you engage with them determines
I think
their
that-
outcome. So if
I
you...
think that's the part we're worried about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nothing that happens, even if you follow one path and fail at it, and the other 2 paths go ahead and you fail at it, you will not suddenly end the campaign here. It'll just change the outcome of this adventure. This is the final adventure for this book. That's why there's so much shit writing at the moment.
Yeah. It's obviously like, they've clearly designed us, you know, like, it seems like it's doing its job, like obviously we're feeling really stressed about this, and it's obviously like, they've deliberately made it that there's too much shit for us to...
Yeah, oh, fucking absolutely. Which is why you've also got the B team there as well. Even that's not enough, but it's like to make it slightly more manageable. So one thing you can give all of your attention, another thing you give the B team's attention, another thing you leave behind.
I mean, the way I'm looking at it right now is, honestly, the face-up is pretty important, because I don't think we really want to break a pact with the one. Seems like a bad idea to me. But at the same time, we would have just wasted a shitload of resources casing areas and
Well, we
getting
can do
stuff.
that tomorrow. The Fae thing.
Yep, there's nothing stopping you going to the Cloudwood the next day.
That might be the way to do it. I think, you know, we're going to have to just say sorry, Ezra Bay, but we kind of had shit in motion, and we'll get to the needles tomorrow.
I honestly think that's probably our best choice at the moment.
Alright, so we'll say the other part of the group goes to help your
Then
police forces.
can I go along to the dwarfs instead?
Yeah, so Orzov wants to go with Trabo and Dimitri?
Yeah.
Alright, so that leaves 4 members of the group going along with Brandis and Ryla to help the police. Or do you all want to go along to the dwarfs and leave just your B team with the Lork and Kel task force?
I think, well, Rhaenys is probably going to oversee the task force. at the very
Okay.
least.
Yeah, your intimidate's really handy there.
Your leadership is invaluable to the task force of bringing down Lork and Kel.
Anyone else? Is
I'm
the only one of us that can intimidate?
Ah,
I mean,
What's
mine's
usefully?
plus 10.
yeah.
Usefully, yeah. He's just a really intense dude, you know.
I think even with Uranus, we probably won't have enough if We're worth what, 8, 9, something like that.
Yeah,
Eight,
8. Yeah, I think we definitely need more on the Cal side of things.
So I'll do that. Yeah.
Remember, you have a plus 10 worth of TFTs if you want to try and get something really, really going. So, like, you could send Uranus and a bunch of men to one, and then the minimum men to another, and hope that your TFTs will outdo the penalty.
And we have the
Well,
B
it's
team.
only a -5 penalty, isn't it? So,
It's a -5 if you are not optimal, so if you're not triple, but it's a -10 if you don't even meet the minimum. Remember, you don't know how many men are there. So if you send 10 and there's 11 men, you have a -10.
fuck.
And that's the potential for 10 men to be killed, and the potential for those 10 men to be executed by Kel's men. They don't give a shit. They don't arrest.
Uranus will be fine. I'll go with the other team.
Alright? So, a nice split then. Uranus, you and 6 members of the B team are leading the Look and Kel task force. Have a quick think about what you want to do with your remaining 16 guys over your things. If you want to bust them up or, well, go for the illicit transactions.
I mean, we definitely want to do at least one of the transactions, because that's where, like, that's the money maker, right? That's what we need to get a bunch of.
So one of the transactions is another drug deal. The other one is said to be a large cache of weapons.
That's still good.
So drugs seem like they'd be less people. So that's just, intuition, I guess.
Probably depends on how many drugs.
2 drugs.
Well, if it's a drug deal, it's usually like
Yeah,
some
but I
dudes,
mean, are we talking like £5 or £500? That's gonna that'll kind of make the difference.
Well, anyway, what I was trying to say is that's the only indication I have of something that we should lean towards, is that there would probably, like, if I had to guess, a big stash of weapons is probably going to be better guarded than a drug deal. That's all I can think.
But potentially more harmful to the cohesion of Kel's group.
Yeah. So if we can only really swing one of these, we should probably just go all in on the weapons.
Alright, so with your 16 officers and 5 members of the B team, you have an equivalent
Well,
of
I was looking
31
for-
men, plus yourself, which would be 39.
So we could probably, I guess we probably
do
swing
20.
2?
Yeah, it's 25 and 25, right?
The drug deals have 2 to 20, don't they?
I mean,
Minimum,
you don't
right?
know exact numbers, but that would be a fair estimate.
Yep. So you could be 39, so you could be, looking pretty good, or you could be looking, iffy.
Yeah.
It might be best just to throw all your eggs in one.
We could also do something we know a little bit more of, because we have 4 locations that need scouting too, so we could, send
That's-
some guys to the dens or the front or whatever.
Wait, I thought they were already scouted.
None of
That's
these
why-
are
No,
counted. These are cases.
Not the new ones.
Yeah, so
Oh,
there's 2.
oh.
Yeah, sorry. We've used the word scout interchangeably, but you know of 6
Yeah.
places, you don't know the details about them.
it's like
Although
me-
once these deals go, they're
They're
gone
And you
too.
cannot scout the deals anyway.
So it's like maybe me and I don't know, 15 dudes go to the weapon stash, and then the rest get sent to scout out the other 4 locations.
Okay.
How many dudes do we have left over? 26?
Well, you have 16 officers, so
Okay.
16 officers, 5 B teamers.
and you need to send a minimum of 1 officer with each B team to scout those places.
So we could do, have the B teamers and 1 officer scout, 3 of the 3 dens of thieves, and then the rest of me and the rest of the officers go for the weapons. So 13 in me, which would be 21. Is that right?
Alright.
Which, if it rolls bad and you've got if there's 20 guys there, you're talking a 1-to-1 and things will go bad.
Well, the minimum means -5, but I have +20, and so I'd have basically a little bit better than 50% chance shot. It sounds like.
And we have the tokens.
Yeah.
True, the tokens. Well, I forgot about that. So
You do need to spend
can the tokens be
before you make the roll.
right?
Okay.
Well,
So
do we know the DC before we know the roll?
You know that the base DC is 20. You do not know the numbers of people before you make the roll.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Maybe worth cashing in a couple of those tokens just to play it safe.
Yeah, like 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're going to get a +4 from your tokens. They'll reduce down to 3.
And then, so yeah, that's the plan then, I guess. So they'll scout the 3 dens of 3 thieves for later, and then try to bust up the weapons depot.
Give me
with myself.
a quick 3 D20s with a DC of 7. It's the same as a D20 plus 10 with a DC of 17. For your scouts.
1,
Nice.
2,
Nice.
3.
Shit. Okay, for that one, roll a DC 17 bluff check.
Hooray.
Cool. You do draw some unwanted attention, but manage the officers to get out of the area without getting ambushed by any of Kel's guys. You do uncover 2 of the Den of Thieves populations. One is 9 and one is 8.
These all seem fairly low. Because what was the drug bust we did the other day? That was only like
12.
6 people. Yeah.
Yeah, we honestly could have just split it 25-25 with one extra and been fine, I think. Don't know if it was necessary to scout out the Thieves Guild.
We can sit here and double think shit for the rest of the time, but I think
Just get it
going
done.
in there with the 2 extra tokens and whatever guys we have left. It's 21 total is what we're looking at, right?
Yeah. 21 with
Alright.
a +4. So, for the illicit transaction, going for the guns.
Oh, fuck.
Hero die.
Yeah. Fucking roll a 2. Yeah, for the guns. Come the fuck
Hero
right on.
die.
You didn't know that, guys?
Take one of mine.
You're not there, buddy. Can't.
Alright, there we go. Alright.
Alright, so you spend 2 of your hero dice, Arenas.
Yep.
And you turn up at the gun
It's gonna be like 4 dudes, isn't it?
No, it is 11. So you did not
Okay.
have optimal. You did have a -5, which means your 2 first rolls would have made it, but that's fine. Your third roll definitely makes it. You are able to earn a strike and a TFT, which is nice.
Alright. And we get 11 dudes captured.
And you capture or take down 11 dudes.
Wait, how many people did he take?
21 men worth of team.
Wait, where was I in all this then?
You went with the other group, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I went
No,
with
he said
Uranus.
he went with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's why I
misunderstood that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I
I'm
was.
saying that too. Well, then,
Can we retcon some stuff then?
You can send Ryla with a couple of, say, a few more guys.
Because if Ryla's here, then we have enough to split it.
Yeah, okay, cool. Your third roll is more than enough anyway, so keep the hero point spent and you can succeed with 10 men less that you can send with Ryla, if you want.
Okay. So Ryla and 10 men, so 18 on the drug bust then?
Okay, I think I understood where you guys got confused. I meant Uranus could handle one of the.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you meant like, Radis will be fine doing that on his own.
Yeah, it's
Like, yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, that was my bad. I should have been a
Okay.
little bit more clear on that.
That's fine, buddy. But yeah, so 18, and then do you want to take like 1 or 2 of those tokens too with you?
Yeah, might as well. Just to be doubly extra sure, because I'm gonna roll like shit.
So +4 then?
So,
10, 14?
before you get to roll, Ryla, your group goes out to find this drug bust, and as you're setting up, and as the guys in the casual clothes that are leaning against the alleyways nearby,
fucking
report back
ambush,
to you,
bitch.
they are surprisingly alone. There's no drug deal here.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
It's a bluff. A bluff.
No, so you'll find out this afternoon. Your characters will find out this afternoon. But effectively, Cal has become so shaken that he has put a hold on all illicit transactions for the time being. You have shooken him into hiding. A number of his people are probably going to leave due to this. You have caused a considerable strike against Cal. This means, in game terms, you cannot get strikes from illicit transactions anymore.
God damn it!
Damn.
So, how many do we have total, and how many do we need?
You have 3 strikes. And
2 from
I
yesterday.
don't know if
1
you're supposed to
today.
know how many you need, but around 8.
I think. So that means it's only strongholds left, then, is it?
Wow, I'm very sad right now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do. And do we know the strongholds?
You know of the Grand
The major
Suites,
one, the Theater of
Casa
Scoundrels?
Casa de Cal, and the Machete Hill. And you know the seat of power is the Theater of Scoundrels. You can go for the assault on the Theater of Scoundrels, but it'll be hard.
We're gonna have to do one of the not Theater of Scoundrels tomorrow, I think, and just go all in on the one thing. Because I think we have what, one or
Throw
2
50
tokens
guys
left.
at it. Or 49.
Yeah.
50 guys and me. Just go take them to Pound Town.
So with the men you've still got, Ryla, you can go and take on the one of the Den of Thieves that you know about. You know that you don't have the numbers to get optimal there, but there's a third one that you could risk it and see if you have optimal numbers for that. If there's 6 men or less there, you can go for that one. Or you can go for the front, which is likely to definitely be under numbers.
I guess
I'll risk.
the Den of Thieves gives us 2, and the front gives us 1 of those tokens.
Kind of like
Yeah,
almost guaranteed a 1 or potentially a win on one of the Den of Thieves for 2 tokens.
So has he spent those 2 tokens then, effectively?
Yeah,
he took
so
with him?
you spent them on the illicit transaction for the gun weapon.
Oh, because he took 2 with him for the drug deal.
Oh, okay. No, they're not spent. No, nothing's spent.
Okay, cool. So
him
we
and the
still have
officers
3
are not
then.
spent. Yeah.
Alright, well,
So
guess risk it to get the biscuit.
yeah, since we have 3, I guess.
There's gonna be
So you're gonna go for it, though?
Yeah.
Which one are you going for? The front or the Den of Thieves that you don't know, or are you gonna go for the ones you do know?
The den.
All right.
The one I don't know yet.
It's a trap.
Oh, fuck me.
Ha ha ha! Not that I'd ever talk you into sticking your head into an attic, but
Son of a bitch! Not again!
no. Roll me your intimidate.
I'm gonna use both the tokens.
You're going to use the tokens? Okay, that reduces you guys. If you do, you're spending the 2 tokens that you're potentially going to win from this. You sure you want to spend them?
God damn
Yeah.
it.
I mean, if we're gonna do the gamble, just do the gamble, dude. Really.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Otherwise, you'd be better off going for the den and coming up 1 out.
No!
Uh,
Yep.
there we go.
We'll take that. Alright, so the number of men that you arrest and take down for no casualties, because there was only 5 men present.
Nice.
And you have optimal and you succeed.
All right. Well, he's not son of a bitch because we got 2 tokens and no one died. And,
So that was a good son of a bitch.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we have 5 tokens again, basically.
6 by my count.
6. All right, cool. All right, so we'll
Why
have
argue with more?
we'll have to do 3 strikes. We need about 8, and we know. Fuck, dude, it's gonna be close. We're gonna have to do the theater in like 2 days.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll gangbang it, I guess.
Alrighty.
Oh boy, this is some shit.
Okay, so now we'll cut to the rest of the group. Sans, Aranis, and Ryla. You guys can pick
Yes,
which
sir.
of the RHC people you want to be as you go and explore the. Well, where are you going to start with the eschatological terrorists? You going to go to the Socknick repairs, or are you going to go to the site of the attack to try and find some evidence?
Is the Socknick repairs in Pardwhite or elsewhere?
No, it's further into Central District, not in Parkway
Alright.
area. It's a little bit east.
I am wondering if it'd be worth checking my contact in Pardwhite.
Alrighty, who is your contact?
Vyacheslav Kuznetsov, Professor of Eschatology.
Alrighty.
Feel attacked. Name is offensive. My people.
What people?
So you go and meet him. Where would you find this guy?
Well, he's the dean of, or he's the professor of eschatology, so Pardwhite University.
Alright. So a lot of the Pardwhite area is still bound off by police tape and still
Yeah,
groups cleaning up the rubble and the dead.
We'd probably be like wanting to check that he's okay for one.
He is, thankfully. Also, just to give you guys a bit of a heads up on your casualties, of the terror attacks. The first bomb killed 26 and wounded a further 84. The second bomb only wounded 12 and killed 3. However, the snipers, because you had to spend quite some time keeping cover from one group to the other, 36 were about killed in the first couple of waves. But in the ensuing minutes before the groups were able to be brought down, another 122 dead.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, they died at a rate of 15 per minute that they were left up. Which went down to about 7 a minute when one group was taken down, but then you had 5 minutes of that, them free firing and stuff.
That was even with Gathan giving like covering for.
Yeah, that's why it went down. Because one of the snipers shooting back at Gathan, but one of the snipers still free firing at crowds, people, police, etc.
Shit.
Could have been worse. The numbers go higher. As you guys know, there's potential for thousands of Flint people to die.
Yeah, so 300 is not bad.
Yeah.
300-ish.
In a
300's
massive
like
terrorist attack, that's... Yeah.
No, it's like a Tuesday.
Again, we've always got the warehouse fire as a met.
Yeah. It's like a 0.1 on the measure of warehouse fires to death. Alright, so you head off to Pardwhite University, where you do find your good friend, whose name I can't pronounce.
Vyacheslav Kuznetsov. I'm probably butchering it as well.
Vi, you call him. Vi, are you calling me this?
Wow.
Wow.
I'm a
Wow.
terrible person. The worst. Yeah, so you find him, and he's busy shouting at people nearby, shouting a couple of police officers, and he's saying, "Oh, just because I study eschatology, you think I have something to do with this?" That's my accent for this guy. Cool. But he's obviously been harassed repeatedly, and as the officers see you turn up, they're like, "Huh, yeah, here's the RHC. Let's see what you've got to say to them." And then he sees you and he says, "Ah, Dimitri! And he runs up to you and gives you a big embrace.
Good to see you all right, Vi. I was worried.
And he says, yes! End of the world has not come for me yet! And then the officer's sort of like, huh? And he's like, just calm yourself. We lost someone. Who did we lose? Oh, Trevor.
JFK.
Trevor is AFK.
I am not.
you got AFK. So Dimitri's greeted by this Vi. That's all of his name I'm gonna say.
Yeah. So I guess after sort of catching up, expressing glad, see him. I guess I'll kind of see if we can sit down and I'll ask him if he knows, if he's heard much about these extremists. I'll mention that one of the ones we captured mentioned a name, Grundon Zubov, and ask if that rings any bells.
He says, unfortunately, Dimitri, it does. An extremist who's come to me a number of times over the last few months, easily. You think this man... You think he's to do with these attacks?
Absolutely. The dwarf that we captured said that apparently Grundon Zubov has planned the end of the world in a way that is so perfect he believes none of us can stop it. Which is insanity! This is the entire point of eschatology! Anyway. So I'll let him carry on.
Hang on. Sorry. He says, well, this extremist, perhaps, and I don't mean to second guess you, Dimitri, but perhaps you're looking in the wrong place. It is not just Grundon that's been talking about the extreme angles of Hyde Eschaton and his teachings, which of course, I agree with, and I have much to say on the matter. Extremist or not, I understand that it doesn't matter what I choose for the world, but the end will come, whether it comes or not. Others feel like they have to welcome it into our world, but someone approached me, not a dwarf, which I thought was strange, but he seemed quite keen on the teachings of Hyde Eschaton. He'd found a book, and in fact he talked of you, Dimitri. Said he had met you once. His name is Kavati Gorbachev.
Was this the dwarf at the fair?
I thought he wasn't a dwarf. If it
Oh,
was,
the guy at the fair.
Yeah, the sniper.
I don't really remember much about him other than that, unfortunately. Was a while ago.
He helped you fight off some of those beasties in the fair, but that's about it, yeah.
I think so.
Says perhaps he's a man you could talk to as well. If he was looking up... Well, if he's wanting to know more about the extremist informations.
I will look into it, thank you. Is there a reason you suspect that I'm mistaken about Grundon?
Oh, Grundon's always been... fanatical. Why now? This other gentleman, he just starts asking around and within a few weeks, major attacks. And it said that they were parched up on the clock tower there with rifles, long rifles. I know this man knows his way around them as well. Perhaps he trained them.
Can I do an insight check just to be sure?
It's your contact.
Man, I would believe this guy. Seems legit. Sniper teaching snipers,
Yeah?
and they were sniping.
They were sleeping.
30.
All right. He seems to be telling the truth. He seems legitimately worried about this group of radical extremists, and what he seems to be offering seems sound.
Okay. I'll definitely tell him, like, I'll look into both leads, but, or that lead as well, but, would he be able to point me in the direction of, Grundon as well?
Says, I understand he was doing some repair work somewhere. I can't remember the name of the place.
Sotnik?
Ah, yes, that's the one. You've heard of it.
That was the name of the place that the terrorists said they were based.
He just looks at you. So
I am sorry to hear about your friend, but I believe he may be an enemy of the state now.
well, sorry as I can be, really. I had suspicions. If they prove correct, so be it. I hope you bring the underworld for this man a little quicker than the rest.
Thank you for your time. You've been very helpful.
Of course. And to your friends, a good day.
Alright. I guess, Oh, did I get, where I can find the other dude from him?
Grundon?
Not Grundon, the other guy who told me to check.
Oh, Kvati Gorbativ?
Yeah.
He says he hasn't seen him in a couple of days. Perhaps where any lonely eschatologist would be in the middle of the week. The pub.
Alright. I guess it looks like, it's probably worth trying to check that out, but it looks like Sotnik repairs is probably a priority.
Alrighty. So, before we carry on, we're an hour and a half in. I'm going to take a quick 15 minutes, grab myself a drink and an eat, and then also hurriedly prepare the next map and not at all necessary combat information for any of the people on any of these threads.
What?
So we'll kill this for 15 minutes. Let me just pause the thing now.
cloud tops?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
If you guys go to the cloud tops, we're finished for the night.
Cloud tops it is.
You fucks. So, as we are back again. You guys wanting to head to the place where you find
Sonic
the
repairs.
place? Yeah. All right.
All right, Matthew.
You gonna go and get a warrant to search the place, or are you just gonna bust on it?
Nah.
Thanks, Orzov. Appreciate it.
I've just had a thought. Now, this may not be a good plan because, I mean, it's Dimitri
I'm
and he's
all
not
for it.
lying. Should I go in first, you know, being a rather prominent eschatologist, and kind of, you know, maybe act like I'm on the fence about joining?
What does Sobnik repairs repair?
Sotniks, obviously.
Oh, of course, those large fire dust powered contraptions.
Stucknick repairs, if you try to look them up in any sort of archive, would let you know that they are a technology repair company that caters only to select and high-class clientele. Basically, general handymen, but for rich people.
Right.
They give rich people handies.
I give rich people handies. You gonna hold that against me?
Nope. You know what, bud? Do what makes you happy.
Not if you give me a handy.
Are you rich?
In spirit.
Well, ditto. So, you want to head to Sucknick Repairs with Dimitri going in to pretend to be a radical eschatologist?
Yeah, what... I was going to say, what do you guys think of this plan? But then I'm thinking, wait, is Dimitri going to ask you guys to be the voice of reason? Yeah.
Well, me and Chivo will probably be like, we really want to see Dimitri try to be a radical.
You do that, Dimitri, and when you start screaming in pain, Tribro says you'll set the building off.
I thought that you were going to be Exambria. She is much more sensible.
I'm just the messenger lady in the middle.
Ay.
I, for one, think it's not a good idea. We should go get a warrant in at least half a dozen other offices.
I think you're probably right. Still,
Imagine him trying to pull off being a radical.
yeah. I think he'd probably blow a gasket like 2 sentences in.
Or we could send Tribro in. He's fairly radical in his thinking.
He's crazy enough that they might believe that he's crazily wants to do this.
I guess possible, but I guess perhaps tell them that you are associate of Professor Vyacheslav.
Or even
And
better, you just take me in. They know you as a high eschatologist. Maybe you just take me in and say their teachings would be more suited than your own.
What am I doing listening to Trabro? But I feel I have a duty to try and see this through, so... Alright,
Maybe
Trabro.
you can talk some sense into them without it having to come to blows.
I certainly hope it is that way. I think it unlikely, but perhaps. Very well, Trabro. Oh, God.
Let's go.
Oh gosh, this is gonna go so
go
well.
So, you guys head to Socknick Repairs. Dimitri and Trabro ahead. Orzov, I assume, nearby, ready for some sort of
Yeah,
signal?
I go get some street food.
Oh, cool. See,
Oh.
you're not even there.
No, I'll go along, but I'll get some
Quick
street food.
question.
Hang
Okay.
out.
Have we had a long rest since the demon battle? We have had. This is the next day.
It is. You guys did do some stuff into the night, but you would have found 6 hours easily. Yeah, so I'll fix that up. You have had long rests.
I guess I knock on the door. Hello, hello? Sotnik repair?
Hello, hello. You hear from inside.
Is this? I hear, I talked to a good friend, Professor Vyacheslav. He recommended that this may be where I meet his associate, Grundon Zubab.
Walking straight into the repairs, the clerk behind the desk, who's got a little name badge. He's just a human teenager. Name badge says Doug Clapper. His face just goes white, and you see him like scrabble for and slam a bell on the desk next to the table. Ding! And then he ducks behind the desk as the glass behind you shatters from gunshot, and a bit of the table next to you explodes into wood splinters as a sniper fires from outside into the shop front.
That's not the reaction I was hoping.
Do you take cover?
I imagine so. Like, is there something we can duck under?
Yeah, there's like wooden tables and benches around nearby. Some of them have various technological gadgets like an ornate cuckoo clocks and pedal cranked sewing machines that are all on tables with little grotesquely overpriced price tags on them.
So yeah, I guess we take cover for now and try and work out where everything's coming from.
Alright, the gunshots are coming from outside, from a building across the way. You can see sort of the muzzle blast of a rifle, and you hear 6 shots in quick succession before a slight pause that you assume is a reload, followed by another 6 shots. All of these bullets are landing near you. None of them are at any threat of hitting you, none of them are even working down the cover that you're behind, and it's not thick cover. But after 12 so shots, you hear laughter.
Is this how you welcome potential recruits?
To the throat job.
You hear,
Trabo.
Dimitri! Trabro! I knew it was you! And then you hear another shot, and a glass thing up to the shelf off to the right explodes. It says, "Come over the road! Come and see me!"
Alright, I guess we go and do so. Unless, I imagine you're up.
I'm on board.
Alright, so you get up, and sure enough, no shots are fired your way again. And you see that the window where the shots were coming from is empty, completely vacated. And you go across the roads to basically it's like not like a motel, but like flats that people rent to, and they've got like a communal downstairs entrance. And sitting on the concierge's desk is none other than Kvati Gorbatov. His rifle is on the ground in front of him, and his hands are on top of his head with his fingers interlaced. And he says, "Good to see you two. As you can see, my weapon is on the ground. I meant you no harm. Just wanted a bit of, well, a greeting."
That is certainly one way to do it. You're lucky that Trabro is feeling restrained.
His smile falters for a second. He says, "I believe it is you who are lucky that I was restrained there, Dimitri. Those bullets could have had your name on it as much as any of the other crappy bollocks tables in that building."
I guess.
So, what did you say to old Doug to scare him into the panic bell?
I said that I had conversation with Professor Vyacheslav, and he suggested that if I want to know more, that Grandin Zubov might be of interest.
Names. Quiet with the names. We're in public. Here, come with me. And he takes you to the room that was his vantage point up the stairs before allowing you to talk any further. Once he's in the room and he's made sure that nothing is, no one's nearby, no one's close to the door and everything's locked up tight, he says, Right. So, Vi sent you to find Grundon? How did the old bastard figure out that Grundon was behind all this already?
He didn't. I go to him with, how you say, philosophical quandaries. He did mention that apparently Grundon on more extreme side of things. I think, given events, time to, can I hear them out? Even though I still have, I think it time to hear them out. He mentioned that his associate work in the repair place, Sotnik Repair. We go to Sotnik Repair.
Yes. And did he tell you to come in blabbing the name of a supposed terrorist to any old man that you come across in this place?
Terrorist? I did not know anything. He is associate of Grundon. I thought he at university.
He just looks at you. Dimitri, I know you wouldn't be here if you weren't chasing up something to do with the RHC.
We burnt down half this city. Yeah.
Like I say, I have philosophical questions. I'm not convinced you're right, but I want to hear what you have to say. Things are going chaos. World seems to be ending.
That they are, but look, you're gonna play dumb with me. I'm gonna play dumb with you. You think this guy's behind it? Hell, you know it. I've as good as confirmed it. You really gonna carry on with this game? Or can we talk like pals? Like old lads who have shared, I wouldn't call them foxholes, but candy floss booths doesn't sound quite so exciting.
Alright, I will admit that may have been a name that got let slip by one of the members that got taken out by the officers yesterday.
Righto. Well, Grundon will probably have planned for this. Thing is, and I'll leave it with you, I don't think he trusts me very much. He's got me on grunt work. Just had me keeping an eye on the front of that building. My orders was, anyone that looks like law enforcement or looks like their cover's blown, kill them before they can get to the trapdoor. Never been in the trapdoor, never told me what the trapdoor is. But that's where I gotta stop and get into. That's what I'm paid for. And I mean no offense. I didn't know they were gonna kill all those people. I'm a mercenary, you see. If they'd hired me to attack Flint, I wouldn't have done it. But kill a couple of cops for a few bucks? Hell, count me in. Not you, of course. That's why I held back on you guys. Your friends.
What a guy.
Your sensibilities are truly touching. So, where do we go from here? Do I get meeting with Grundon or not?
Well, hell, I'm not the man to talk to. But if you really want to chase him, you really want to make it worth my while to bugger on out of here, pay me what he's paying me. Go check out that trapdoor.
How much he pay?
He sort of pauses. 500?
Yeah, absolutely.
Per day.
Works for us. Oh shit! I've got them zero.
Maybe we should rough you up so he doesn't come after. Make it look we forced our way through.
How about 1,000 and you if things go bad, you shoot for us.
Okay, yeah, 1,000. I don't think the roughing up will be necessary. I'll smudge myself with some soot and call it a bruise.
I think, yeah, I can't remember. I should probably have like 1,000 lying around.
Sweet.
I haven't
Yeah,
tracked.
you should have like 10 grand something.
I'll put like 8,000 or something, I guess. And
No,
yeah,
I
so-
might not have given you guys a stipend. I don't know if it's due yet. Just have a quick look because you've got considerable amount of money coming your way for this adventure. So let me just see when you should have got some of it.
When we got back, right? In between the few months that we've before the start of this one.
Okay, PC should have at least about 22,000 gold pieces or equipment by the start of this adventure. After the prelude, Stover Delft delivers them each 25,600 gold pieces for the beginning of their 3 threads that they follow.
Holy shit! What?
Guess the promotion comes.
25,600.
I guess the promotion comes with a pay rise.
Well, you're leading a task force. You need money.
Yes.
Sweet.
Use it all.
So yeah, I guess we just like chuck him or write him a check for $1,000 right there, or however it freaking work. And yeah. So far, so good-ish.
So yeah, you give him 1,000, and he says, "All right. Well, I guess I'll go and take a lunch break for a few hours. Leave you to it. Good to see you
Well-
again."
I thought I pay you for cover fire if we need.
Well, as far as Doug knows, I fired on you. You ran to my side of the office, and the guns went silent. I'll tell him you chased me out.
That's not what he meant.
Oh, what did you mean?
Well, you offered 500 for you to skedaddle. I offer you 1,000. You stick around. You shoot if we need back.
Alright. You want me to come in there with you? Or just keep a watch on the outside?
If you think come in would work, obvious, but you say you're not supposed to go. Maybe you stay outside back up.
He shrugs. Whatever's easiest. And at this point, Uranus, you can either play this guy, if you want, or you can play one of the members of the B team that's come along with the others.
Actually, have to go to bed.
Aww.
It's
Wow, way to go.
3 a.m. over here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Should we carry on sans Uranus, because his main character's not here for a little while? How are you for time, everyone else?
I'm good for like an hour.
Jabro, are you a sleepy child?
I'm a sleepy child, but I'm here.
I'm
You
also a sleepy child.
Should we leave it here for tonight, and we can come
I
back?
need to go.
Sounds like it sounds like things are probably gonna pop off, so yeah,
Yeah.
probably a good place.
So you're gonna pop one off. Alrighty.
I got one.
Alright.
I need a 2E.